Welcome back for part 2. So I washed this load, and then I drained it, and then I filled it back up. I didn't fill it all the way. Now you can see that right there is the highest level, and then you can go there's more marks down there. Anyway, I filled it up, not nearly, probably about half as full as I would have. But I filled it up with fresh water and did a 6-minute rinse cycle just to rinse out all of the soap and the detergent, and the fabric softener. I found that way works better than putting the hose on this little inlet and doing a rinse during the spin cycle. That works, but this way works way better. So now I'm going to drain this, turn it to drain. The pump starts, and now we've got water pouring into the toilet. While that is draining, I'm going to open the spinner up. I have to take this little thing out. This disc will end up sitting on top of whatever you put in. Here's the lint catcher. See that there is some lint in that one. I'll set that aside and I'll take care of those later. And then I'm going to take, the only problem with this washer is that the agitator does not have the center column, and so when it agitates, it many times twists the articles of clothing in here together. This load is not quite that bad because I only had a t-shirt and a towel and my duvet cover. So this thing is really heavy and twisted up, but I think that's all that's in there. I'm going to spin that one on its own. This is only half full, but I'm going to put that on top, kind of squish it down a little bit, close that, do that, and then I'm just going to spin this for 2 minutes. 2 minutes on spin is plenty. You can hear it's not really that noisy. If you do not load your clothes into the spinner perfectly, they will where's my dog? That's the little beast that chewed on my hose. If you do not put your clothes in here so that it's evenly distributed in the little basin, then when you close it, the basin will probably knock. You'll just need to turn this back to 0 real quick, let the spinning stop, open up the lid, and then kind of redistribute it so it's more even. Close it back up. You don't want to lift this while it is spinning because this has sort of a release on it that will stop that basin immediately. So you want to leave this closed until your cycle is done spinning. And then it will just let it completely stop spinning. You can, once this is turned off, turn itself off, you can open this and it will, like I said, immediately stop, but I think it's probably not very good for it. Right now, you can see that there's barely any water coming out. My basin is empty on this one, so I'm going to put this one back to normal. If you spin this and this is, and you're not running the drain, you're not running this drain, there will be a little bit of water that comes out of the drain into the toilet, but not a lot. So you can see it gets very quiet, and it's spinning itself down. know that some people, in an extra effort of keeping more lint and things out of the drain water, they will put like a piece of a nylon, stocking, and some kind of mesh or something, and they'll rubber band it or clamp it to the end of that drain hose, just to catch more lint. Okay, this is done. This is done spinning. Take that up, and then these are still really damp, but if you don't have a dryer, you can probably just hang these to dry, and they'll take a while. I do have a little dryer that I also bought off of Amazon, which I will put these into. In fact, I'll go and show you what I purchased, which has also been a lifesaver. Oops, my bike is in front of it. There is my washer, or my dryer, excuse me. And you can buy a vent for it to hook up to your window. I, however, will typically just pull this away from the wall and turn it towards my window and open it. But it dries pretty good. Of course, it's a small capacity. I think that cost me about $200. And it's Home. I think that's the brand. But really great little dryer, which I will be pulling out here momentarily. But you can see it's Christmas time. So I've got my Christmas tree, and I had to take my bike down because it was just not as pretty with that hanging on the wall. So that's my dryer. That's kind of my whole setup here in our apartment. Hopefully this has helped. If you have any questions or any comments or anything, just let me know. Good luck.